lot of professional tournaments. We won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them. For the first 10 years of making bowling balls, it was a big struggle. We had a lot of ups and downs and a lot of mistakes we made, but we learned from them. I mean, you don't go to school to learn how to make a bowling ball. You know, you can't buy a book on it. And a lot of what we were doing hadn't been done before anyway in the bowling ball industry. So it's always trial and error. We're always looking for the next thing. Still, when I walk downstairs and walk through the plant, there's some days it just overwhelms me that what's happened here. Just a lot of good people working hard, constantly trying to get better. Everybody here works together and understands that everybody's important, and I take a lot of pride in being a part of that. Well, bowling's been good to me. It's my life, and I take a lot of pride and try to help people get introduced to it and enjoy it.
Are we back, everybody? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Just somebody give us another confirmation that we're back. Anybody? Anybody? Back, Dom. Oh, thanks for that. I was going nuts then. Of all the times your internet connection goes down, it's like when you exactly need it. I bet you heard me saying all sorts then. Apologies for that. We're into almost the end of the second game. I'm going to just try and get some scores for you. I know Paul Moore had a 269 first game. Brian Gillespie, front three, 8 spare, 5 bagger. You got Kenneth Hermansson, Tore Torgerson, Brian Gillespie and Patrick Yannick Sorensen on the featured pair. If you give us a moment or two, I'll see if I can get some scores after that first game. It might be worth just waiting now and getting them after 2. Anything that can go wrong does go wrong. But we're up and running now, and I've got some scores after the first game. So Pertu Gisela had a 278 game and leads. Paul Moore with 269. Tim Mack with 267. Chris Sloan with 266. Stephen Gill with 259. Tim Stamp 257. Michael McCall 252. Kenneth Hermansson 247. Brian Vloss 245. Tom Byrne 245, Mark Kerr 236, Jamie Bottomley 232, Brian Gillespie 231, Mitch Geordie Hop 221, Brett Armour 215, Rob Thirlby 214, Aki Benson 211, Amanda Larkin 203, Elliot Crosby, Amanda Larkin 203 and then 211 with ladies bonus, Elliot Crosby 210, Patrick Yannick Sorensen 204, Krista Peterson 203, Tara Torgerson 202. Aaron Falconbridge 200. Colm Clerk 197. Alan Bride 197. Jason Bezjondhout. Too early. 190. Ron Hurt 188. Patrick Kituri 174. Chris Oates 171. Jamie Elliott 169. Paul Chandler 155. And Patrick Meeker bringing up the rear at the minute with 147. What happened there? The internet connection just disappeared. Everyone in the centre. The Aircom one that we're on, the Leisureplex one. It's like Sunday morning comes round and all these companies decide to do some work for 10 minutes or something. I don't know what it was. I'm frantically trying to open up a new stream and I need to chill. Morning, Jackie McCall. Are you not knackered? Actually, I'm not too bad. I'm sure I'll feel it a little later on in the day. Ooh, and the featured pair there, Brian Gillespie, has gone front 3, 8 spare, and he's going to sheet it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. One more for a 278. Tara Torgerson opened up with a spare and then a double, is it? Come on. Spare, double, open frame, 5-bagger for Tara. Kenneth Manson, 197 in the 9th with a spare, injury back to 217. Don't tell Tara to strike for me. I like his red pants he's got on today. Bernie asking if it's possible to look back to 12, squads 12 to 16. We will actually be going through the recordings because we've got to trim them to take out music because of YouTube and copyright issues and all that crap. 275 for Brian Gillespie. Strike more, even more, says G for Tara. He is beginning to strike more now. Rob Thirlby on a run of strikes. Strike, 9 spare, double, spare, 4-bagger. Yeah, go on, Tara in again. In like Flynn. So if you missed the rundown of the scores a few minutes ago, I'll give you the top 6 after that first game. Pertu Drusilla 278, Paul Moore 269, Tim Mack 267, Chris Sloan 266, and Stephen Gill 259. The prize pool, we're talking €5,000 for first prize, €2,500 for second, 1,500 for third, 1,250 for fourth, 1,000 for fifth, and then 60s 800, 70s 600, 80s 500. Doesn't actually say a total prize from. The highest game gets €300. The first woman gets 750. The first senior gets €1,000. So we're just coming up to the end of game 2. I'm going to run off and get some scores in a moment. Hope we get no more internet connection problems. We had some on Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday were cool. No problems at all, really. And then this morning, just when you want it, boom, gone. Rob Thirlby. Strike 9 spare, double, 9 spare, 4-bagger. My tip for the top, Rob Thirlby. Tim Mack doing all right as well, 129 in this 6 with the turkey up on the board. Timmy looks up for this. Sam Cooley says, yeah, not top heavy like Asia. It's not a massive prize fund, but it's a nice little cheeky €5,000 if you win it. don't think you want them. It's nice to have 25,000 euros top prize and stuff like that, but you start inviting all the mercenaries then. Anybody comes, and it can make it difficult for some of the players that want to get into EBTs a bit more. This one's kind of mid-range, would we say? Alan Bride finishes with a 206. At 20,000 total, Mick Rowe. Cheers, Michael. How are you doing, Michael? Are you tired as well? So, yep, just coming up to the end of this game, as you can see. So we'll be back in a few. We'll just go to a quick sponsors advert, and we'll be back shortly.
We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
Right, we're just moments away from the scores after 2. Good morning to Fred Miller. Just popped in for a brew. Hope you had some sleep last night, mate. Yeah, got a little bit. Tonight's going to be the killer, though, because we've got kind of all day. Finish, hopefully, on time, around about 5 o'clock for the presentation. Then it's back to the hotel to get showered and shaved and everything. And then it's out to the after party. Starts at the Stillorgan Orchard, where we're going to be treated to some live music and some food and drink. And then it's on to the main after party, which is obviously at Boland's. My flight's at 8 o'clock in the morning. Gonna have to get to the airport, so that's like a couple of hours earlier. That's 6 o'clock. I'm going to be setting off for the airport about 5 o'clock. I'll start getting in bed about. There's no point going to bed really. I'll sleep when I get home. I'll sleep on the plane for 40 minutes. It's only a quick flight from Dublin to Leeds. So if you're expecting any reports and stuff on Monday, Tuesday from Talk Tempin, you might have to wait a little bit. That's if we can land at Leeds. I think they've had a load of snow at Leeds, and Eden Airport, Leeds Bradford Airport's quite high up, so it could be a fun flight landing in Leeds. Yeah, apologies for the problems this morning, internet connections, but hopefully we're going to be okay for the rest of the day now. My technical whiz is not with me this morning. He's picked up a bug or something, and he's very sick, so he's laying in bed at the moment. I said, don't bother coming in, mate, just try and get yourself a little bit fresh and come in a little bit later. Poor guy was bowling in the squad last night and sweating like a pig. How many girls were in final step 3? 1. Just the one. The champion, the last woman standing, Amanda Larkin, who you can see now on the featured pair with Krista Peterson, Stephen Gill and Petri Katuri. Fred Miller, try to get someone to give you a rest for in the day. Too much for one man. I'm not planning on commentating on the final myself. I'm hoping to get a couple of people in, depending on who's in and out of the tournament. I'm ideally wanting Tim Mack and another to take over the commentary for the final, depending on which two make it. So yeah, Simon's sick at the moment, he's not well. So you won't get me for the final, but I'll be round and about doing the technical stuff, setting up the interviews in the studio and that kind of thing. What I'm hoping to do is, regardless of what we've done streaming wise leading up to the final, really want to try and produce an informative, good looking final so that we can take that content to potential sponsors later on and show what we can do. I think the green screen has been a success this week. I'd like to see other streamers have a crack at it. It was only €100, 80 quid or something it was from eBay. Gets yourself a big green screen and a frame and some lights. Just connect it straight up to the software, stick on the chroma key, and you get yourself a virtual studio. It's a nice little touch. Me and my little girl were testing it. I've got a video of her singing Frozen. In fact, I could probably show you a little video of my little girl testing the streaming for me. Bless her. Stick this on for 6 seconds.
Welcome to the Storm Irish Open.
There you go, my little girl Alexandra Leia, named after Princess Leia. And Alexandra, named after my wife. She's called Peggy Alexandra, and she doesn't like her first name. So she'll be called the little one Alex. And Bosch, any guys, any results from the squad? Shall we from Jason from SA? Jason had a video first game. He had a 190 first game. If you bear with me a moment, the scores should be ready after 2, so I'll go get them. Oh, that's nice of you, Fred. Personally, I think, Dom, you should be in the Hoff for all your contributions towards bowling, etc. It's hard work sitting down and talking all day. I'd turn it down. There's better people than me should be getting Hall of Fame places. I've only been doing it for a few years. Some of these guys have been doing it for years. So, yeah, one day I'd like to be in it, but I don't think I've earned it yet. Sitting around talking on live streaming's not really great compared to some of the awesome work other people have done in UK bowling. I appreciate the sentiment. And Mark Sutton, not for Dom, Fred, he did it all day when he was my tech at Carla Grang. Yeah, we worked some hours then, didn't we, Mark? And going out to Norway doing installs and that kind of thing. I'm not gonna be in this forever. I'm doing my bit for a bit and try and lead by example, try and make a little bit of a difference, start something off, and then hopefully somebody else will take over some of the stuff I do. It would be nice to be sitting in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gonna know your name. All right, I'll stop singing. Mr. Peterson front 4. Petri Katuri strike 8 spare Turkey. So he scores after 2. The new leader is Stephen Gelf from Scotland at a 279 after a 259. 538, 269 average over the 2. Timmy Mack up into second, 267, 249, 516. In third place, Brian Gillespie after that 275, 506. Paul Moore with 505. Jamie Bottomley with 500. Amanda Larkin just shot a 280. Puts her on 483. Michael McCall in 7th with 495. Then we've got Tom Byrne, Brett Armour, Brian Voss, Rob Thirlby, Kenneth Hermansen, Tora Torgerson, Tim Stamp, Pertu Gisela, Krista Peterson in 16th place at the moment. So it's top 16 go through, a 224 average at the minute for the top 16. So just outside that cut for 16 includes Mark Kerr, Mitch Geordie Hop, Chris Sloan, Aaron Falconbridge, Colm Cloak, Patrick Yannick Sorensen, Alan Bride, Elliot Crosby, Aki Bengtsson. Patrick Meeker had a better second game, went 147, 247. So Patrick hoping to get back up there. Paul Chandler, Ron Hurt had a 199, he's gone 188, 199, so struggling a little bit is the American. Chris Oates had a 212. Slight improvement on his first game. Jamie Elliott down in 30th, and then Pateri Petri, Katuri, and Jason Beziundau. The South African. 190, 173, bringing up the rear at the moment. So your top 5 again: Steve Gill, Tim Mack, Brian Gillespie, Paul Moore, Jamie Bottomley. Yeah, 16 players go through to the next round, Roxy. The final is going to be on 9 and 10. I think we get the semis on 7 and 8, 11 and 12, and then move on to 9 and 10 for the actual final. 4 games in this set, Steph. I think. I hope so, anyway. Oh no. 32 players will play 6 games, starting from scratch. Players positioned 1 to 16 will be qualified for the final step 4. And then players 17 to 32 will be ranked 17 to 32 according to their position in the final step 3. And then we're on the final step 4, 8 matches. Doesn't actually say how many games, 8 matches. 8 winners will continue to 5. I'm presuming it's best of 2 or 3 or something like that. I thought I would have said how many games there. So welcome to anyone that's just joined us. You're watching the 28th Irish Open live from the 18-lane Leisureplex Bowling Centre in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. Krista Peterson's gone the front 6 on this featured pair. Stephen Gill with a spare and 5 in a row. Petri Katuri on a 280 pace, strike 8 spare 4-bagger. Mark Sutton, yeah, remember those days pressing buttons on the A2s to keep them working. And then the flood. Going down the lane in a dinghy. Yeah, those were the days. Mad. Timmy Mack struggling in this game. 87 in the 5th with a spare in the 6th. He was going strong. He was in the top 3 after 2 games. Top 2 rather. 267, 249, but he's struggling now. He's going to have to sheet it to get round about a 2-team. Anyone interested in having Talk Tenpin and Dutch Bowling TV do their live streaming, if you get in touch with Dom at talktenpin.net or like me on Facebook, get in touch. If I can't do it, I can always arrange somebody to do it for you. Trying to build up a team of other streamers that we all work together a little bit. There's no competition in streaming really. I don't think anyway. It's a case of we all have to work together really. Not everybody's available all of the time. My next gig, as you know, is the Malta Open, the 25th Malta Open, coming up in June. That's going to be an awesome event, the 25th anniversary. We'll be doing much the same as we've done here with the green screen and probably have a few more tricks. The next thing I want to try, I've said before, is live Skype calls while the actual bowling is going on. I like the idea of having a Skype call with a PBA Pro or something while the bowling's going on. Obviously the roaming cam, we're going to do a little bit more of that. How about 3D? Should we try 3D at some point? There's nobody got 3D TVs. 4K, give that a try at some point. The dates for Malta. Tell you what, I ain't got the dates on the video. I had a video, but let me double check. If you go to EdenSuperBowl.com, Eden, E-D-E-N, Superbowl.com, Sam, you'll get all the details. Eden, E-D-E-N, Superbowl.com. And the Malta Open 2016 is 15th to the 19th of June. I think it's just before San Marino. So it kind of, oh no, it's just before Madrid, I think. I think there's a swing of a few. There's the Malta, Madrid, San Marino. They're all around the same sort of area. And I think is it the track open in Germany as well, around about that time. IPK, a cam in the masking unit would be good. Or IP cam on the capping. Tell you what I'm going to do. I want to get a drone with a camera on it. And you know when you line up the 8 players for the final rounds, that kind of thing. I want to have them all lined up on the approach and then like fly a drone around them, around the back, just to get a different sort of camera shot. Things that you maybe not seen before. That'll be a lot of effort for very little, but I don't know. Try these things, don't you? I've been practicing. I got myself one of those, as Graham Wilson knows, because he got one himself. Got the remote control Millennium Falcon, which is it's worth getting. It's pretty awesome if you're a Star Wars fan. But I'm just learning how to control the drone at the minute, so I'll eventually get one with a camera on and give it a try. Might save that for the World Cup in Shanghai, which I've graciously been invited to after doing social media for Cubic RMF at the Las Vegas event. And another thing, I don't know if you've seen it yet, lane projection. If you type in bowling lane projection in YouTube and have a look, you can basically bowl your ball down and then flames and stuff follow the ball down the lane, and you can have graphics on the lane. I'm thinking of that for like the beginning of a final, a couple of frames for practice. They'll bowl a ball down, they'll have fire or a Chinese dragon going behind the lane, behind the ball, and then the graphics will come up for the player. I don't know, for instance, Clara Guerrera, Colombia, 2-time champion, that kind of thing. How's Brett Armour doing? He is... Where are you, Brett? Can't find him on the list here. Oh, Brett Armour. He's in 9th place after 2 on a 2:39 average. Games of 2:15 and 2:64. What about you guys? What would you like to see in streaming that's not been done? Any ideas out there for doing something different? Front 9 for Krista then. And Stephen Gill on a 290. 8 spare. 8 in a row. I think for some of my next streams, though, I'm going to get a little bit more help. I need to be having a bit more break. I can't be talking for too long. Hats off to Lucas Wiseman, the master, really, because he gets on with it. And it's not just that. He does the streaming for God knows how many hours, and then he writes the reports for the USBC. Or he did, until he's moved to a new job. We won't be watching now, but a shout out to Lucas Wiseman. Thanks for everything you did for bowling. I had to apologise to Lucas Wiseman in Las Vegas. I went, I owe you an apology, Lucas. What for? So I stole the world singles off you in Cyprus. I know at the time he wasn't happy. Who's this kid from England that's just stole the world singles off me? Me and Andy James did it. And we produced a great show. We did HD, we filmed over 2 floors, and that hadn't been done before. That took some doing. Wasn't fantastic, but it worked. And then somehow, I get a call earlier on this year, do you want to come and do the World Cup? I'm like, he says, well, you don't sound too excited. I said, I'm a bit shocked, really. Can't get anybody better than me. Has the world come to that Dom's the only one that's available that's good enough? Right, mate, you're right. But yeah, it was a pleasure to go out to the World Cup. I was very nervous. I'll be honest with you, it knocked me sideways for a while. I'm thinking, oh man, I've hit the jackpot here. It's the one event you probably want to cover because you get like a free trip around the world, and they really do go around the world, don't they? Yeah, Wilson, he probably did get paid well. It must be nice to get paid. But I'm a realist. I need to kind of prove that what I'm doing is worth being paid for, so this green screen and all the rest of it is just to show willing. And hopefully the idea is basically, we tested it in Malta last year, we did all the green screen and stuff, and Cubica AMF graciously brought some money into the equation, and we shared it with the tournament, so all the players got a €50 squad win. We're not mercenaries. We're not here to screw the game out of loads of money. You know, I think it's fair for streaming to get maybe £100 a day for the amount of hours you put in. I think that's reasonable. So if you work 5 days, £500, that's easily payable from adverts that you're streaming. And then, of course, they fly us over, give us food. You're looking at about £1,500 a man. £2,000 for 2 people, maybe. I don't think that's unreasonable. That some of these sponsors put a lot more for a lot less. When it's laying in it, see if it will work with your iPad set up at one side, looking at the player for a final. Just a thought. It's a good idea, Fred, but as you know from my equipment, I've got a £25 camera from Cash Converters, a load of wires that I've kind of just rustled up from boot sales and stuff, two tripods that were £3 each from a boot sale. The most expensive bit of kit I've got is the laptop at like £700. I really needed an i7. I don't know if you saw some of the streams that I used to do, they were very choppy and jerky and just didn't have the processing power. But thanks to Reggie Fulmore in the States, we did a little bit of work for the Cosmic Light Ball, and he sent over some money for the advertising, and we put that money straight in and bought a laptop for the streaming. So thanks to Reggie for that. But yeah, a little bit of investment would be nice. Don't need much really now, maybe a couple of small cameras just to have a multi-camera setup. It would be nice to do what the USB-C do, and I think they have 3 cameras, and they have 1 on the lanes, and then they have 2 cameras on the monitors, and then you trim it so that you can see the scores at the top. A 3-camera setup would be nice, so I'll probably need about another £100 to get a couple of half-decent cameras. A Black Magic box I need, apparently. They're about £200, so that we can film in HD. So that was the end of the 3rd game. And we'll have some scores for you very shortly. So we'll just go off to a quick commercial break. Show me little girl again.
Welcome to the Storm Irish Open.
One lot of professional tournaments. We've won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
Welcome back to the 28th Irish Open, live from the Leisureplex Bowling Centre in Dublin, Ireland. Thanks to everybody that's joined us again this morning. Somebody asking not so long back how the Sloane Ranger were doing. He was down in 18th after a 266-166, but we'll have some scores after those 3 games very shortly. What do you think of the graphics this week? I only learned how to do it last week. You know, the Malta one and the opening one we've been doing for this one. Kind of trying to make it more like a TV show, you know? Not just come straight in and say, blah, 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 welcome to this, that and the other. Trying to make it a little bit more like a TV show. On the cheap, of course. Pat, you mean Patrick? Patrick Maker went 147-247. We're a few moments away from getting the scores. It looks like a few people are turning up now, so I might get somebody in and have a chat with them just to bounce off them a little bit. Give my voice a little bit of a rest and listen to them a little. I should get Wes Pye on again because he's like a little pocket rocket. That interview we got yesterday, like next question. Next question. Love Wes. And Timmy Mack, obviously we had Timmy on yesterday. Always a pleasure to speak with Timmy. Very honest person. Tells it as it is. Fred Miller back to work now. We'll be back later. Hope Simon is okay. Thanks for that, Fred. Enjoy your day. Don't work too hard. So your featured pair now, Jamie Bottomley, Paul Chandler. Starfish, Patrick Meeker, or Mecca. And Elliot Crosby. Hey, Jack. Maud Duggan says, great interview last night with the lovely Danny Hopcroft. Girl did fab. Thanks, Maud. Yeah, daft as it seems, I still get a little bit nervous when I'm interviewing the players coming on. You don't really know what you're going to ask them. You've kind of got a set, well, how did you play? What did you play with? How did you find the transition? There's kind of standard questions, and then you don't want every interview to be the same, so you kind of got to inject A, a little bit of humour, and B, something different. But I do get nervous still, especially with players I don't know too much about. But I work on the assumption that I'm learning as quick as you're learning. We all learn together. Craigie Farr, good morning, Craigie. Yeah, if you've not seen some of the interviews, if you go to Talk Tenpin's Facebook page, we've got quite a few of them up there. A nice one with Selwyn Morgan and Danny Hopcroft, of course, Brian Voss, and a host of others. We've still got a few more to trim and put up online. But I want to leave with at least 10 or 15 good-looking virtual studio interviews, just so that we can use that for promotion later. I had loads of ideas to do when we were here, but you run out of time. Your mind is not as quick as the body, if you know what I mean. You can't get everything done. I did want to do a little bit of come a day early and go around Dublin and do that kind of promo thing, bit of music and show the sights of a place. I go to quite a few places around the world, and sometimes it's, how was it? How was Vegas? I don't know. Never saw Vegas. I can tell you about the inside of a bowling centre, and I can tell you how many slot machines there were, maybe about 5,000. But I only got to the Strip once for about a couple of hours. And I spent more time in Walmart than I did anywhere else, which I didn't mind actually, because that was cool. That. So if you bear with me a moment, I'm going to go get some games after 3, and we'll give you a rundown. 6 games. I thought were 4. Oh, cool! It's going to be pretty quick, but now I've got 6 games, and then the top 16 will go through to the match play round. So I'll be back in a moment. Lorraine Williams now. How is Chris Sloan doing? I'll be able to tell you in a few moments. We're just going to get the scores now, Lorraine. Right, back again. Sam Cooley. Walmart is great. Just sit and listen to the locals. And I'm just amazed by the amount of products they've got in there. You go in the food department in Walmart and wow. You get a bottle of orange juice in England and then you get a bottle of juice in America and it's like 5 times the size for less the price. Right, we've got some scores for you. And Stephen Gill from Scotland's gone 279 back to back. And he's on 817. He's flying, the Flying Scotsman. He's 25-1 early on in. 25-1. Darren McCrocken's going to be disappearing. I think he would heavily bet on with Stephen Gill. Paul Moore in second, so 2 lefties at the top. Paul Moore's gone 269, 236, 235 for 740. Stephen Gill 259, 279, 279. Rob Thirlby in third now. 214, 257, 259, 257, 730. In fourth place, Amanda Larkin with 704 and 728 with ladies bonus. Brian Gillespie with 726. Tim Mack with 713. Krista Peterson with 713. Chris Sloan, 711. Sloaney, go on, coming back. 266, 166, 279. Tim Stamp with 710 in 9th, and in 10th is Jamie Bottomley. And then comes Michael McCall in 11th. Brett Armour in 12th. Brian Voss in 13th. Tom Byrne in 14th. Colm Cloak in 15th. And the number at the moment is Pertu Gisela on a 667 in 16th. Outside the cut at the moment. Close by, Elliot Crosby, Aki Bengtsson, Tore Torgerson, Kenneth Hermansen, Paul Chandler, Geordie Hop, Mark Kerr, Patrick Meeker. After that, 147's gone 247, 225, 619. And we've got Alan Bride, Petri Kateri, Ron Hurt, Patrick Yannick Sorensen, Chris Oates, Jamie Elliott, Aaron Falconbridge, and then Jason Bezuidenhout. Yeah, there you go, Neil. EdenSuperBowl.com. That's the way you put them in. But please spread the details for the Malta Open. That's going to be the next one we do. We want to try and get the 25th anniversary to be something special. It's a fantastic event. We can't say enough nice things about the tournament. And indeed the manager. A lot of people go for the crack as much as they do to the Irish event. It's like Ireland with sun. But I wouldn't say it's laid back, it's kind of relaxed, but very, very competitive. It's as good, if not better, than an EBT, I think. Andy James, welcome Andy. Had a few problems this morning, I could have done with you here. Internet went down, usual thing on a Sunday morning, mate. You know, they do some work somewhere and the whole centre is without internet. It's the first time I've used YouTube to stream, and I'll be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing. That's one of the reasons I work with either Andy James or Simon. They do the technical work, and I just talk for a stupid amount of hours. Can't really do it without these guys. But I think it's coming across okay. It looks quite nice. Lower that camera a little bit. Get more of the players and less of the monitors. I don't think we need to see much of the monitors. That was a little bit better. So your featured pair, Jamie Bottomley, Paul Chandler, Patrick Meeker and Elliot Crosby. Jamie on 128 in the 6th with a strike working in the 7th. Paul Chandler with 108 in the 5th with a spare on the board. Patrick Meeker was going okay up until the last 2 frames where he's had a couple of splits. 7 split spare and an 8 split 1. Gives him 134 in the 7th. And Elliot Crosby has just had an open after a split. Gives him 156 in the 7th. Andy James, if I'd have been there, I'd have gone home. You wouldn't have been impressed with last night, Andy. Finishing at like 2 in the morning and then in for 9. But we've been through the problems of... The only thing that's let the event down this year really is the speed in which we can get the scores to you, and the fact that there isn't live scoring. It's Kim Jensen was saying actually it's probably the one event now that hasn't got live scoring on the EVT. It's kind of standard issue now is to everybody wants everything yesterday. Yeah, we allow Bernie doing his advertising. Roger's gone the first 8. Paul Moore. The 16th to the 24th of July, the Senior Open. Senior Open in Munich. 28th of August to the 4th of September, including Masters. You are all welcome. There's not too many seniors on the chat, as Graham says. Yeah, can't do live scoring on a Boss system. Boss at the back and Conqueror at the front, Andy, I'm told. I'm doing all I can to push to try and get Best X in here next year. Or at least some live scoring, one way or another. It needs it now. I think Leisureplex will be doing themselves a favour by investing in a new scoring system. Certainly the Best X one. I've told Sean Kennedy to go have a look at it. I've pleaded with him to go have a look at it. I would hope that Cubica AMF, obviously it's an expensive system, it's not something he can just pick up and make a decision on there and then. It'd be nice if there was some kind of way of paying for it in installs as opposed to up front or anything. But Leisureplex here have got the problem that they do need new monitors as well, so that's an expense. front 9, you're running out of fingers. Front 9 for Rog. Let's see if we can get the roaming cam working. Where's my bag gone? Oh, it's there. Sure if we can get it working in time, but we'll try. Let's have a look. Roaming cam, Roam cam. Wirecast cam. Nah, it doesn't look like it wants to work. There's a surprise. Yeah, it looks like the Leisureplex free Wi-Fi is not up and running, so... maybe we can get it working. Nah, it's not. It's not having any of it. Oh well, leave that for now. Has he got any more, Jack? Is he still front 10? Or? Richard Beck, welcome Richard Beck. Wilson Carnage was at school with Moses. Yeah, he's 39 still. I came through the nose. Brett Armour's had a 247. And the South Africans turned up. Jason, at last. 78 in the fourth, and then he's run a strike of 5 in a row. He's got a lot of work to do now. He would have to shoot 800 for his last 3, I think, if he's going to make it advance. But he'll be proud of what he's done. The first game in the centre, he bowls a 300. His first 300 in 30 years of bowling. And he did it in front of one of his good friends and idols, Tim Mack. Andrew Beers can't see the scoreboard, neither can I. The scores after 3, to reiterate those, 8-17 is leading after 3. Stephen Gill from Scotland, left-hander. Games of 259, 279, 279. In second place, Paul Moore. And third place, Rob Thirlby. Fourth, Amanda Larkin. And fifth, Brian Gillespie. Tim Mack in sixth. The cut for 16 at the moment, after those 3 games, was 222 average, 667. And Perttu Jasila from Finland. Who've we got kicking around now that we could have a little chat with? Mark Smith. Smig, coming on? Come on, just have a chat. So we've got the one and only Mark Smith. This will probably cost me another beer to have him on. Let's spin that round. There you go. Come on, you've put earphones on before. Good morning.
Good morning, Dominic. How are we?
Yeah, tired.
Could see why.
So you bowled rubbish?
Yeah, pretty much.
I was surprised actually. I thought you did all right this year.
I've not had much preparation, which is never a good thing when you want to bowl a tournament.
Nah, true. 219 there for Patrick Meeker on the featured pair. Anybody impressed you this week?
There's quite a few. You look at some of these young kids now. I mean, some of them are so smooth. They make it look effortless.
Yeah, true.
Jamie, definitely. I mean, he's definitely a future star player.
Yeah, he's going to be good, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Anyone else?
Elliot's doing well. Sometimes. Sometimes he's a bit more aggressive than most.
Yeah.
So don't sometimes know if that helps him or hinders him.
You're not bowling so much now yourself, are you? Compared to before?
No, I've not been playing a lot. I'm getting old, issues with body. My knee's shot, my back's rubbish. That's why I haven't had any preparation.
Well, that's not through hard work though, is it?
No.
That's sleeping on people's couches.
Yeah. Permanent couch.
Mark
Couch
Secker
potato.
says, hello Smig. Secker bag on the stream.
Secker bag.
Hello. Hello. Elliot Crosby finishes with a 210.
Morning, Craig. How are you? You all right? Chippers. Nice to hear you this morning. Sausage. Well, Wilson. Yeah, Patrick's been up and down this weekend.
Yeah, he's going through the roller coaster of emotions, isn't he? He's still got a shot getting in though. He went 140 odd first game, then went 240 odd.
279, 279.
I know.
Oh dear.
Ridiculous. 25 to 1 as well.
Get lost.
25 to 1 Dara had him at. And he got some heavy betting on him as well from the Scots. So if you don't see Dara for a couple of years, you know why.
You know why he's disappeared. Pazoili, how you doing?
Oh, that could be vicious if Wilson comes to Malta to do live streaming. I want Basher on a stream one day. Basher and Wilson. We'll have an X-rated
show.
X-rated show. That could work in Malta actually, even with sponsors. It would be very highly amusing. In fact, I can show you a quick promo of something we were going to try tonight if we get the chance to do it. I've had a word with Chewy and Credders, and they've got a Twitter account and they're downloading Periscope, so we might see this.
We straight doing it. We straight doing it.
Iraq the 710.
So what did you bowl in the end?
Rubbish.
Yeah? What were your high set?
I don't know, 13:30 I think.
It's not too bad. That's usually enough
I
to
had
get
12
through
games
cuts, isn't it?
practice.
And how did you do in the cut yesterday?
No, the approaches were really sticky yesterday for some reason. After being quite slippy, so I didn't expect that. I mean, he went pop.
Right.
So I couldn't really attack the line, which was a bit of a shame. Can't make the shots. And then I was bowling with Elliot and Steve.
Yeah, Steve didn't bowl right well either, did he?
I couldn't get far enough left.
Richard Beck saying the dream team, Dom. Castro and Basher. The Castro and Basher show. I don't know what you guys think of Dan Bonfield, who runs Badass Bowling, but I think his comedy's coming on leaps and bounds. I'd like to see him on TV. I think he's got it in him to become like a big internet star or something.
I think he could do it with Alison just for laugh.
Yeah, like a fly on the wall at Basher's house.
Basher's house.
Can you imagine? Rob Cromwell, you know Rob Cromwell,
Yeah.
he's doing well in London
He's doing
now.
well,
He wrote Drunk History and
Yeah.
he did that Adele skit, whatever
skit,
it is,
yeah.
got what, 45 million
hits.
hits or something like that. So he must be doing all right at the BBC now. But Ben said to me, Ben Jones, this is Robert asked him to go down to do maybe some background work in Drunk History, you know, the extras work.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to do a bit of that with him maybe. Be nice to get a few of us on TV. But Basher's one, I won't mind having him on TV and see how it goes.
Oh yeah, get some costumes on and
Yeah.
hang around in the back.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Gogglebox, yeah. Oh, Wilson's family on Gogglebox, that'd be. Oh, no, sorry, Basher's family. that'd be sweet.
I'm actually surprised he isn't on Gogglebox. Aren't applied.
I don't think he's got any aspirations to do that kind of thing. He does what he does, and you know, if anybody likes it, nice. If anybody doesn't, he doesn't give a crap, you know.
It's what you should be like.
We need to push him. You know, we need to get him on TV, not, you know. I've never watched Gogglebox. I watched a couple of it, and I like the premise of it. And I suppose if you watch it enough, you get into the families that are on, and it is quite funny. I do follow Basher's critique of what was said each week. So on your featured pair now, Brett Armour, Chris Sloan, Aki Bengtsson and Jason Bezundenhout. I'm getting closer to getting that right now.
Don't think you'll be able to get that through. Say that after a few pints.
No, I have trouble saying it after none. Just keep calling him Bez from Happy Mondays.
Doesn't look anything like him, though, does he?
He looks like John Egan, though, doesn't he? He does look like his motorbike's outside. Got a bit of a Hell's Angels look to the bald head and beard. Yeah, you could punch him and
either that or
you'd
a
better
serial
run.
killer. Yeah.
I won't go that far. We don't want to insult him.
No.
Well, I don't. Anyway, look at the size of him.
Exactly.
Bezzy. Good kid, though. I don't know if you've been following it, Andy, but he bowled a 300 the first game in the centre. The first one ever in 30 years. He bowled that 300 and he's going nuts. I'm like, oh, he's a bit excited, isn't he, this lad? Oh, it's his first one.
Excellent. Can't believe that. What did Rog finish with?
That game, don't know.
His left hand.
Just waiting on the scores coming up now. They're not up on the screen up there, so if you give us 5 minutes, we'll go get the scores after 4. Keep your comments and chat coming in. Welcome to anybody that's just joined us at the 28th Irish Open. Paul Moore's now on 7 and 8. Having a laugh with Paul. I said, since you've got a girlfriend, you've become trendy. Like wearing shirts with colours and stuff now.
Yeah. We're getting dressed by his missus.
Yeah. We're having a laugh about his wedding, actually. He says, how many are you inviting? He says,
3.
200 or something. I said, have you got that many friends? Oh, he says, that's your invite gone. I said, don't invite me, I don't want to come. I like you, Paul, but I'm not bothered.
I want Jason maybe struggling with the tiredness because he's not done right well today.
Yeah, I mean, nobody got a lot of sleep, but he was another one that didn't get much. And I think a lot of the players got back last night, needed to unwind before they got to sleep.
Well, you have to, don't you? And the adrenaline doesn't go.
No,
you away.
You can't bowl all them games and then go straight to sleep. He's getting better now. He's waking up a little bit now. He needed to bowl Yak and Juniors with us. He could have handled himself a bit better then. He used to bowl really well on 2 hours sleep.
2 hours sleep and 20 pints.
20 pints. Andy James, I know Jason well. Yeah, I remember you saying about Bez. Nice guy, really nice guy. We got an interview with him. I don't know if you've seen it, Andy, up on Talk Temping now. I did it once and then I messed up and we had a video playing, so all he could hear with Norm Duke, so we redid the interview. I didn't want him to come all this way and not get his moment. Living in Scotland now. Bit of a culture shock from South Africa, I think. Going to go home to snow now. Like, what's all this everywhere? What's this white stuff? I didn't know you got free cocaine. Jason's opened up with a double. Paul Moore with a double.
Tim hits it, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he's all stampy.
Not throwing it as fast today.
No, he's got the...
It's a bit more control today, I think.
What do you call that haircut now? They're all getting that, aren't they?
Silly.
Is it called the silly? It's that haircut and usually with a beard. I call it the Conor McGregor.
Well, yeah. Be apt now, that, won't it?
Yeah. Did you see that fight of him recently, Conor McGregor? I don't really follow UFC, but I like him. He's kind of, I'm the best and you're not going to beat me type thing, and he lives up to it.
To knock the person out. I know he's been doing it for 10, 15 years, but to knock him out with one punch.
Punch 12 seconds.
Bye.
Like,
See you later.
Yeah, and this guy were rated as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, he's been
a champion for a lot of years.
10 years, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really follow the UFC, as I say, but I like this Conor McGregor. He's going to be a big star. And I heard he signed up for the Expendables 4. I don't know if that's true or not. He's not a guy you'd want to meet in a dark alley, put it that way. Doesn't look much to him, though, but he's just like a little monkey, little fox.
Gonna be alongside Jason Statham, those two.
Jason Statham. I love it when Jason Statham does American. Right, I'm going to nip up and get some scores, Mark. I'll be back in a minute.
Okie dokie.
Talk to your public.
Hello, public. How's Chris Sloan doing? Oh. Don't really have the fourth game, but he started with a 266, then a 166, then a 279. And I think he was shooting 250 pace for the fourth. Sutty. How are you?
scores on the doors, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Amanda Larkin just bowled a 290.
202, 220, 290.
Yeah, 280, 221, 290. She sticks it to the top of the tree now. She's going to take the women's and the men's money at this rate. 10-26 leader. Stephen Gill, dropped down with a 192. Wonder what happened there. 1009. In third place now, Paul Moore after 266. Rob Thirlby in fourth with 977. Chris Sloan in fifth, 969. Brett Armour in sixth with 942, just ahead of Tim Mack with 926. Colm Clark with 918. Krista Peterson with 910. And then Tim Stamp and Jamie Bottomley on 904 apiece. Brian Gillespie's dropped down after a 178 to 904. Michael McCall, 899. Pertu Jasilla, 897. Brian Voss, 892. I just had a 199, did Brian. And 888 is the number, 222 average for the top 16 at the moment. Outside the cut, Aki Bengtsson, Kenneth Hermansen, Tora Torgerson, just close by. Elliot Crosby, Patrick Yannick Sorensen, Mark Kerr, Patrick Meeker. Patrick's done really well after that 147 to come back with 247, 225, 219. Still not broken into the 16 yet, so he's only got a couple of games to do it now. Paul Chandler, Ron Hurt, Chris Oates, Jamie Elliott, Mitch Geordie Hop, Patrick Katuri, Alan Bride, Jason Bezindenhout, and Aaron Falconbridge at the bottom. Jason just had a 223 after a 190, 173, 180. So it's shaping up now, Marky.
Yeah, this is going to be, these last two games are definitely where it's going to be interesting. The pressure will start to tell.
You almost sounded like a professional for about 3 seconds then.
Oh, Philp through the face.
Split. Who've you predicted for winner then?
Well, before it even started, I said Paul.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've gone with Thirlby. But yeah, Paul's looking
Life's
good.
good. Life's good for him. He's in an happy place.
He is, isn't he?
That's a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing for anybody when Paul's in a good place.
I've told the story a few times now, but we were in Sicily and I got sat down with him and I said, Paul, you need a cuddle. You really need a girl to give you a cuddle and you'll start winning again.
I'm glad you said you need
Not
a
from
girl
me.
to do it. I'm going to say you're
yeah.
offering Roger cuddle.
I could do better than Rog. I hope, anyway. I could maybe even pull Thirlby.
Oh yeah, I'd love that. I could see you two with a pot of tea and slippers
A pot
on.
of tea and slippers and watching Country File. Roger's armed up with front four. Keep your comments in chat coming in. Mark Sutton, listen to Smig or clear the snow. Let me get a shovel.
Brian Gillespie's played well this week.
Oh, nice. 5-10 from
Shot Rog.
Rog. He knew we were talking about it. They'd be like, oh, the buggers are ripping me to bits here. I've never seen Paul smile so much in a year. It's quite refreshing.
What a refreshing change.
What a refreshing change. Wilson, so many 7-10s this week, he says. I've not seen too many, to be honest. I've seen a few splits and stuff. Maybe a couple of 5-pins, which I haven't seen since like 1985. Oh!
And a spare.
Yeah,
Good practice.
looks again. He's even showboating now. He is very happy, isn't he? Oh, there you go, G though, 7-10 there from the Scotsman. I've just seen one myself now. Pocket 7-10.
Oh, there's been loads this week.
Yeah, that's what Graham was saying.
Yeah, Phil's drilled that one this time.
The minute I saw him ball his 300, I thought he's going to be hot this week.
I predicted it as well. It was weird. I was sat in the hotel with my dad, and I'd not seen some of the scores from the night before because I was out drinking as usual. And I said, "Has anybody had a 300?" He went, "No." I said, "I think that'll change today. I think Phil's have one."
If only,
Off he pops.
if only you could be right about your own bowling.
Yeah, well, I was right about my own bowling this week.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to be figuring very well.
Rita Wood says, the power of love, Dom, it makes anybody smile.
Which song? Whose version?
Yeah. I don't know which. If Rog had a theme tune, what would it be? Apart from 007, obviously, but you know, what would be his theme tune? What would be his theme tune? At the moment, it'd probably be Happy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, what song would best describe Paul?
We've got some choices now.
Oh, go on, Sloane Ranger. So Brett Armour 115 in this sixth with a strike working. Sloane Ranger 125 in this sixth with a spare possibly. South African Jason
Yes,
on 117.
Tora's going to start making his move.
Who?
Tora.
Yeah. Commenting on Tora, he seems to get younger looking. Good shape for his age, isn't he?
Can't lose any more weight.
No, he's quite slim now, isn't he? Wearing some flashy pants this week as well. He's got red on today.
Got the colours of the flag on, aren't he?
Yeah, what about you
Got
guys
white
out
belt.
there? If you had to have a theme tune for Rog in a tournament, what would it be? I think Thirlby would be like Steptoe and Son, wouldn't it? Or something. Ring, ding, 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 ding.
He's going to love that when he finds out.
Last of the summer wine or something. So that's the question out there to you at the moment. If Paul Moore had a theme tune, what would it be? Michael McCall, front five. Jamie Elliott, spare four-bagger. David Hasselhoff on...
Mini Hoff.
not so well this time, at 118 in the... Is that the fifth? Yeah.
That's the fifth frame.
Yeah. So we've got Hasselhoff
he's in and around
playing.
the cup.
We've got John Egan playing. Who else have we got that's a lookalike? Alan Bride, first 9. Scotsman, isn't he? Alan Bride?
No, he's Irish.
Oh, is he Irish?
Yeah. He's an absolute gent, is Alan.
Oh, he's Irish, yeah. Alan Bride.
Not had much luck this morning.
Front 9. What we on now? 300 so far. Voss has had one.
Jason and Rob.
Jason and Rob.
It's quite surprising that the right-handers have had the 300s, I'd be thinking.
Considering the lefties are bowling so
Considering the
well now,
lefties
yeah. Only fools and horses for Paul. No, it'd have to be somebody from Hull, wouldn't it? It'd have to be like House Martins or something. Rod picking up his single pin. He's going to be around forever, isn't he, Paul? He's going to bowl as long as he wants to bowl, I think.
Who did the Caravan of Love?
That were House Martins.
Oh, that's definitely for Paul then.
Me and the Farmer.
Come on, Alan. This game gets him back in with a hunt if he goes out the way. If he goes all the way.
Who's that?
Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's 10. Didn't like that one.
What lane's he on?
He is on lane 3.
Oh, no, we'll not be able to film that one. Front 10, yeah.
So from being 2 under to going to 100 over gets him back in the hunt.
Ooh, Sloan Ranger's bowling deep now. Super deep.
He's got the revs to get round the back.
He has, yeah. He needs a shave. What is it with beards coming back in?
I have no idea. I look like Jason if I grew a beard.
You'd look quite funny, actually. Any
Like
amount
those
of hair on your head would look good.
Be like those old wrestlers. Oh, he's 10 pinned. Oh, to 89.
Fran says Alan is a machine. So Brett Armour not going as strong in this one. 155 in the 8th for a strike in the 9th.
Well, I said Toro was going to make his move. I wasn't wrong.
What's he at?
He's going to looking at 250, 270. 270? He's on 278 pace.
Yeah, absolutely flying at the minute.
So one big game will get quite a few people in. It's going to be a big game shootout, this last one.
Well, there's not a lot in it between 16 and probably 25th. Late fall of Brett Armour.
Oh, Tim. His ball shapes were a lot different from what it was before, Tim Stumpy. He was definitely harder and faster, a bit more like the way Rob plays. And now he's trying to be a bit more control, which is
good for him. 17-year-old and learning control is not a bad thing.
I
think he's worked out that the players at the top were all kind of down and in as opposed to swinging it. I'm sure he'll get excited at some point. He is 17 after all. But then again, those Scandinavians are cool characters most of the time, aren't they? Keep your comments and chat coming in. You got any questions for Smig that we can actually
answer live on air?
Yeah. I saw that photograph of you posting Guinness when you first got here.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think if you'd ever bought me a beer.
Probably.
Even probably. Neither of us know if you have, so that means you probably haven't.
I'm always drunk, I won't remember.
Yeah, Big J in the pocket again. He's going to shoot at 236 this one. Might all be a little bit too late now.
Toro shot to 70 something, I think.
How is Amanda doing? Very well indeed. 203, 280.
She's rinsing it.
221, 290. She's already won the women's money. She wants the men's now. 212 for Aki Benson. 214 Brett Armour. Sloan Ranger.
That was
drills
a beautiful
the pocket.
shot, that.
He needed it as well.
Yeah.
150 in the 8th with a double now working.
He's not in much trouble.
No,
for
he's
not
all right.
making. But yeah,
he don't want to drop down now. And
they're putting too much pressure on himself for the last.
well,
year.
he did the same last year. He was hot. He was averaging 250. He had back-to-back 300s at Alsa, and then he went out in one of the earlier final rounds, and it was like a big shock at the time.
Well, they do. It's the pressure of the game after qualifying. Another 7-10 there.
Well, these Irish lads are under an additional pressure though, because they want to win
Because they want to win.
the home tournament. There is only one Irish winner so far, but technically Del Delaney might have been the first one, even though he was a British passport holder at the time and considered English. But Barry Foley is the official first and only Irish male winner.
With an Irish accent.
With an Irish accent.
Don't get much better than that.
223 for Jason. Sloan Ranger looking for another one for a 210. Another 2 strikes, give him 210. Yeah. He's worked hard over the last couple of years as Chris Sloan. You can see the difference that Brian Michaels made to his game. With a lot more control than he had. He thinks about it more. Shout out to Brian, not well this morning. Just got a lady in bed watching it, I think. Shout out to Simon.
Tyron.
Simon Shepherd as well.
4-7-10.
Brian Voss rolling back the years, 138 in the 6th with a turkey working. He'll be there and thereabouts at the end.
258 working if he goes all the way off the sheet. But he needs it because he's just above the cut at the moment.
He does that though, he sneaks in each time and then just goes nuts at the end. We all thought he would on something last year in the final because I've never seen him so animated, dancing around. He says, I just love beating the kids. When you do that in England, you get locked up, beating kids.
Although they need it, some of them.
Yeah. Well, you did when you were a kid.
No.
So Sloan Ranger finishes with 210.
That helps him maintain.
Richard Becksmig, are you doing Malta this year?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not? Give me a good answer, why not?
Why not? I can't afford that.
Yeah, good answer. You must have earned yourself a holiday.
Yeah. But there's earning yourself a holiday, there's earning yourself a holiday away from the other half.
Yeah, you'd have to take a wee, wouldn't you?
That would be very costly. She drinks more than I do.
So you don't even pay for your beers at home, do you? She pays for yours as well.
Probably.
Sweet.
We don't go out, we just get bottles.
Well, you would never flash. 247, Rog. Oh, nearly a 710 from Thirlby, but enough power to knock them into the pit. Slowed down a little bit as Rob has had a couple of 9. Is it 9 misses in there? 9 missing an 8 split?
There's a split in there and a 9 miss.
I like Rob, he just gets on with it. He's thinking about when he's going to get his next cup of tea.
So Amanda must have been on 1 and 2, so she's now on.
Richie Beck says, don't want to miss his flight home, Dom. Yeah, talking of flight homes, we're going to have to get up at stupid o'clock in the morning, aren't we? Half cut still.
Did you get the coach?
Sorry?
Did you get the coach?
Yeah.
You got to come with us?
Yeah. What time we're getting it? 8 o'clock flight, got to be there for 7 probably.
Time we're getting coach tomorrow? The coach tomorrow. What time?
It's going to have to be about 5ish, isn't it?
Don't envy you. Having to do all this and then have to get up in the morning.
There's going to be no point going to bed, is there? There's going to be no point going to bed if we've got the after party. BV is in at the minute, borderline, but he's just shot 237, so he's going to be safe. Game to go, yeah. We'll have some scores for you very shortly. I'll nip up there in a couple of minutes and get them. Pertu with a 216. He was the cut, or close to the cut.
Colm just shot 237. Sorry, 236.
So that keeps him well in. Now the ones we're looking at really are the ones that are out. Tara Torgerson had a
Well,
good
Tara
game
just
there.
shot 270 odd, so
Not sure about Patrick Maker and some of the other ones down there. We'll find out very soon, in 5 minutes or so. Pink Panther theme for Rog. Didin, 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 didin.
Tara sporting the Norwegian colours on the show pair now.
Yeah, like
See,
90s,
a couple of big
1970s
games
white belt.
coming in.
White belts, do you remember them?
I
Used to
remember loads of bowlers having their names wrote on them.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought that was cheesy.
yeah, proper cheesy.
And then some of them still wear them to go out in.
For those that haven't got the middle-age spread now. Rita says lyrics from Walk the Line since he got with Cherise. What about Kylie? I should be so lucky. Wilson, rascal strides. Oh, there's a word, calling him strides. Right pair of Daniel strides, aren't it? So have you just joined us? Welcome to the 28th Irish Open, live from the Leisureplex in Stillorgan, Dublin, Ireland. Thank you to Storm and the Bowlers Company, the main sponsor this year. Also Mayo at Home, TGI Fridays, Crumlin Print, Eco Hygiene, Rocks Jewelers, Cool Tech Refrigeration, Dublin Food Sales, Frylight, Glenealy Foods, Mayo and Starbucks. Thanks everyone for your kind support again this year. Tara Torgerson opens up with a double. Kenneth Manson with a double.
There's definitely been a lot of ups and downs from squad to squad. I mean, Patrick, who was now on the show pair, he was mental last night.
Who was that?
Patrick.
Oh, yeah, Yannick Sorensen. Yeah. Yeah, they've been impressive, the young Danes. And is Tim Stamp still going strong? I wonder, wonder what his odds were. I think he were 8s.
They've got a good coaching system in Denmark.
Well, yeah. What you saying, unlike England or something? I don't know, England's got a good coaching setup being built now. We've certainly got a pool of talent that could potentially be good.
Yeah, I think you've got to start thanking the current stars at the moment. They've set the bar, and the rest of the kids are now going to have to decide which way they're going to do it.
Well, like I say,
professional or
these guys, Dom, Stu and Paul, have proved that you can
it.
make a living from it, and Richie Teese now having a go at it. Richie Teese has paid his dues over the last couple of years and starting to get some results.
Yeah, Dom's doing pretty well out in Japan.
He's rinsing it. What, Tara? Rolling back the ears. Come on, Timmy. I wouldn't like to get punched by Timmy. You're that fast you think you were surrounded.
Well, he used to run through people for fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he wore pads in American football,
No,
did he?
I think he was the pad.
How's Tom Byrne doing? He was down in 17th place, just outside the cut with 871 over the first 3. I'm going to nip up and get some scores now, Mark.
The leader of this round at the present before game 5 was Amanda Larkin. And she's still leading.
Yeah, Amanda Larkin 224 that last game, sticks her on 12.58 with ladies bonus, 243 average. Second place still Paul Moore after a 247, 12.53. Stephen Gill back up on 238, sticks him on 12.47. Rob Thirlby up there in 4th place, 11.96. And Chris Sloan, 11.79. Tim Mack, 11.61. Brett Armour, 11.56. Colm Cloak, 11.54. 11.49 for Tora Torgerson, making up the top 10. Oh no, 11, no, he was 9th, 11.49. Where are we? Tora Torgerson in 9th, 11.49, yeah. Jamie Bottomley in 10th, 11.37. Brian Voss in 12th, 11.29. Then Tom Byrne, just had a 2.49, pushes him up to 12th place and inside the cut, 11.20. Krista Peterson from Sweden, 11.18. Brian Gillespie, 11.15.
Tim's just left the 7.10. And another one.
Pertu Gisela and Tim Stamp all in the top 16. Just outside the 16 now is Aki Bengton, Michael McCall, Alan Bride. Alan Bride had a 289, which fired him right up to 19th. Kenneth Hermanson, Elliot Crosby, Paul Chandler, Patrick Meeker, still not managing to catch the big games, but 147, 247, 225, 219, 215. Ron Hurt, Patrick Yannick Sorensen, Chris Oates, Mark Kerr, Jamie Elliott, Patrick Kateri, Jason Bezundenhout, Mitch Jordy Hop and Aaron Falconbridge making the list. Is this live? This is live.
I think Tim's going to be the one that's going to be missing out. He's in a bit of trouble.
Tim Stamp.
Yep.
It's all about this game now.
It is. This is the pressure game.
2 opens.
He's gone 2 opens.
So who's the chasing pack and how far are they behind?
They're not far behind.
13 pins off the cut is 17th.
Not to be looking at anywhere from 11.20.
Yeah.
If anybody has par,
right down to Patrick Meeker really. 50 behind the cut at the moment. And players that are inside the cut that have to keep going are Tim, Drusilla, Brian, and Krista, and Tom Byrne. I think from Brian Voss upwards, Voss, Bottomley, Torgerson, Cloak, Armour, Mack and Sloan are definitely going to be in there, as well as Gilmore and Larkin. Frank Dodd said, is this a lefty paradise like Reno and Finland? No, not particularly. Right-hander, female leading it, and then 2 lefties, and then the rest are right-handers. Well, there's 3 lefties in the top 10 at the minute. So I think that's a fair split.
4.
4 is it? Who's the other? Oh, Jamie Bottomley.
Jamie, Brett.
Yeah. So it's
Stephen, Paul.
It's probably edging towards lefty friendly, but not bang on. What ball will look like it will win the Irish Open?
As in the ball, or as in
the ball?
As in the supplier.
Well, ball supplier, yeah, the supplier probably. It's
Pitch
more
black.
than likely going to be a storm.
Whatever Roger's using, probably a pitch black.
So 1 more game to go.
Halfway through the last game.
And it could be either Amanda Larkin, Stephen Gill or Paul Moore, Rob Thirlby, Sloan maybe take the block and get the interview. We interviewed Amanda last night, so it would probably be better to do Paul. we can tear him a new one on the interview.
Tara just left a big split.
What percentage of total players were lefties? Quite a few, weren't there? 5% of the overall, maybe lefties.
Oh, you can strike and you don't even hit the pocket. It's very good. Yes, Tara.
Tara. Class act. So the featured pair at the minute, Kenneth Manson, Tara Torgerson, Brian Gillespie and Patrick Yannick Sorensen. Tim Mack's going to need to do something.
This game.
Tim Mack's had 3 opens in 4 frames.
No, I think
2 opens in 4.
Strike open, no spare, open.
Come on, Timmy, dig deep. I think it's the first time he's played the Irish Open, Tim. Probably one of the only international titles that he hadn't won when he was younger.
Well, Stephen and Roger both opened up the front 5 and front 6.
So it does look like the lefties are beginning to make a mark.
They're both using pitch blacks.
It's ominous, isn't it?
Oh,
go on, Tara. So 11 and 12, 2 players on front 5. Paul Moore, Colm Cloak. And front 5 for Ron Hurt.
Front 6 for Stephen.
Phil will be on a double, a couple of spares, and just on the approach now on 11, looking for a strike. That comes through the face. Timmy! It's it. 10 pin for Timmy. Timmy Mack, that is. Bernie bowler, look at the lefty bowlers, Moore, Parker, Ryan Simonelli, all good players.
Brian's doomed, I'm afraid.
You think?
Yeah. There's going to be too many people going to beat him. He can only maximum 209, Brian Gillespie.
Oh, Gillespie, I thought you meant Boss then.
No.
Oh, that's it, yeah. Another one. We've got about 3 or 4 videos from Paddy Gibbons. I need to convert them and put them online. We're going to try and show a little bit of footage of the first ever Irish Open if we can get it working later on during the final.
Stephen's gone front 7.
Ron Hurt just added another one for front 6.
It's too little too late for Ron, but you never know.
Well, yeah. How far is he out? It's 50 odd sticks out, isn't it?
50.
300 would give you a fighting chance at it.
A fighting chance indeed.
I think 10 to 1 he was. Seismic Sean was having a bet with him. He was sticking €100 on him. Roger's gone front 6 now. Colm Cloak looking for his front 6. 3 300s in one game here. Amleto won the Japan Cup.
Oh, excellent.
I kind of wanted Dom to win that. I like Amleto a lot, but not against the English.
My favourite players of all time on the challenge.
Yeah, mine too. So Amleto Monticelli wins the Japan Cup. Just been told by Graham Wilson. Excelente Amleto.
Was that a step ladder final?
Yeah. So what did Domsey get for second then? It was 40,000 for first. So what did he get? Like 15, 20, something like that? Nice little gift after Christmas. Colin Cloak goes front six. We've got 3 300s on at the minute.
4.
4. Who's the other one?
Stephen.
Ah, Steve Gill as well.
Stephen front 7.
2 lefties, 2 righties.
Pin.
I don't think there's much of a problem with the left-right issue. I think obviously get some conditions where it favours a lefty, but majority of the time it seems to favour the righties.
It was tougher going for the lefties last night because of the amount of friction from the bowlers on the right. They got so deep that the front part of the lane for the left-handers was not good.
I think the only way you get around the left-right issue is just don't let left-handers bowl. Or they have their own division. All 6 of them.
They can have their own centre if they want.
They've got Nottingham.
Yeah.
$25,000 for Domsey, he thinks. Yes.
It's a fair touch.
Yeah. Right touch.
So we've now got 3 efforts going. Rogers fallen at the 7th.
Rog, you can't trust him, can you?
Loves a 7-pin, Roger. I think he did throw it a little faster than his last few.
Nice to see him bowling with Storm equipment now. He seems to have settled with that equipment. He had his Ebonite days and it ruined him for a while. He signed that deal with Ebonite and then that's when the wheels fell off the bus. He always said, well, it wasn't really the balls, but I kind of thought it was. He went from being able to bowl with whatever he wanted to be stuck with Ebonite. And
I think it was slightly, I think he's probably telling you the truth. It's more a mental issue than that's better.
he needed a cuddle. I tell you, he'd gone too long without a cuddle. 241 for Kenneth Hermansen on this featured pair. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Apologies for the very beginning of it. It went down, it looked like we weren't even going to find it again. Oh, what a nightmare. But hopefully we're here for the rest of the day. We've got a sheet here so we know what time we'll be back. Final step 4 at 1 o'clock. We're due, and then we've got final step 5, 6 and 7 to come. So 1 o'clock, final step 4. We'll be sticking around for a little bit after this one just to try and give you confirmation of scores, and we'll get an interview with the squad winner.
Ron's just gone front 8 and he got away with that one and he knows it.
Come on, Ron, front 8. Nice guy. Come on, Colm.
That's inside.
Oh, yeah.
He does. He knows it. He says every time he's had one of those shots in every game he's pulled the ball. He did it when he was playing with me and
Still
says,
nervous, isn't it?
I still do it every time. He says I'll have one where I'll pull it.
Yeah, he needs to get that mental block out of his system now. He knows he's going to do it and he does it. And he's chopped it as well.
Stephen Gill's got the front 9.
Front 9, yeah.
So we've got 2 horses going. One's fallen at the 8th, one's fallen at the 7th.
Yeah, Amleto's in England on Friday doing a coaching day in Stroud.
Really?
Yeah. I wanted to go down to it, I just can't get down. But thankfully I've met Amleto, so...
I used to love watching the footage of him when he was ripping
They
it.
say never meet your heroes, Mark, and I know you might have been disappointed by meeting me. But, but when I met Amleto, what a great guy.
He does push-ups on the approach and everything at
He's
the moment.
very
He's
fit. He
yeah.
goes for a run every morning, and
I think that's what I'm missing.
yeah, I was really nervous meeting him as well. My idol.
I love watching Parker Bone as well. His style's just so smooth.
Yeah, Packabone, knee bend.
Yeah. There isn't anybody with a better one.
Frank Dodd says when players like Martin Larson and Don Barrett are complaining about their lefty problem, there is a problem. What do you do though, you know?
I don't know, maybe the balls are getting stronger again. Tim picking up a big thing, a big split there, thinking he's in a bit of danger.
Who's that?
Tim, but I don't think. Yes, he was in the ballpark for danger, but I'm not so sure yet.
No, he could have, yeah, a 170 or 160 wouldn't have helped him, but I think he just needs to be around about 200 and he's safe.
Yeah, if he has par, he should be okay.
Paul Moore, 279 pace. Stephen Gill, what happened down there? Looks like finished.
No, it's
Oh yeah, front nine for Stephen. Front nine for
Ron.
Ron Moore.
Ron Hurt.
Ron Hurt.
Yep, Tim's probably gone as well. Tim and Brian are out of the top 16.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim's finished with a 179
He's
if
lucky.
he
160 at best.
if he spare strikes. Oh no, 168.
160
Yeah,
at best.
yeah, that's
Brian
good.
had 189, so that's cost him. Stevens just pulled one through the face. Probably all that waiting around got out of his rhythm. Paul going a bit straighter now. Look, Paul's look was lovely there, on the going a lot straighter than when he went going a bit further round it.
We should maybe spin the camera to somewhere where we can see some action. Oh, Timmy's missed a single pin. 148 is going to cause him a bit of danger now for Timmy. So Ron Hurt's going to be first up, I think, for the potential 300.
I believe.
Stand up and
Excuse me.
so yeah, the Scotsman's going up first, and he's already had a 9 spare, so he's going to finish with 278. So just Ron Hurt now. You should see there in the shot.
If Ron goes out, he'll go past.
Yeah, good shot, Ron.
Ron's gone past Tim.
Yeah, he's made it. Seismic Sean watching out there.
Ron was 46 over. Tim was 161 over. At best it can be 139. If Ron goes out, he's 146. I don't know if that makes a difference in the final standings. It depends what the others have done.
Well, that's it, yeah. We're not going to know for another 5-10 minutes. Yeah, good shot, Ron. One more. I suppose I better film this one. Oh, no, let's give him a 300. I won't film it. We've got it on the stream. So Ron Hurt, last year's runner-up. 11 strikes in a row. Really did need to dig deep and pull out a big game, which he has done and shown his class. So he's 1 strike away.
Those two have come out. Yeah,
From a
and
perfect game.
Brian.
That's looking okay. Yeah, good shot, Ron.
That will get him in the cut as well.
Who do we think's going to take the? What did Amanda have there last game? can't see her now.
Amanda had 201.
201, and Roger's probably taken this then, hasn't he?
No, Stephen.
Stephen Gill.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh, actually, no. No, it's Paul, because
Roger.
Paul's just had 279.
So it looks like Paul Moore's the block winner, so we'll just set up the virtual studio. Or the Storm
Pardon?
studio. Oh, let's have a bit of fun with Paul. What can we put behind him instead of a flag? Oh, I'm not gonna have time to do it now.
Mickey Mouse ears.
Mickey Mouse. What's going on here? No, I'm not going to have time to do it. Because he's on his way up now. It would have been nice.
No, he's there, still there.
Oh, is he still there?
He's still messing around.
Right, what could we put on the screen?
I won't give him the headphones yet.
We'll put James Bond.
Philb's had 235, so that keeps him well in.
007.
Tim's having 160 if he spares.
Yeah. We're just setting you up now, Paul. Literally. And where we go? Flag. Add. Picture. There we go. Just on that one, please, Paul. You can push it over a little bit, mate. I'll get you set up. Right. Stick that on your bonds, Paul. So welcome to Paul Moore in the virtual studio.
Right, Dom.
Well done.
Thank you.
What did you have in the end?
1531.
1531. Didn't need to move much across the house there.
No,
Pitch black.
no, IQ 30.
IQ 30.
Yeah. Dabbled a bit with the nano in the fill every now and then, but stuck with the nano all the way. Stuck with the IQ 30 all the way.
Have you been any different today to the rest? Did you find the lanes any different today to previous days?
First day, I've always been in the same part of the lane, just trying different, using different balls, different speeds, different hand positions and stuff. But I'm always in the same part of the lane. I don't really have to move much, but that's a condition for you. You don't when it's a high-scoring condition like this, and it's not a case for me. It's not a case of moving. It's a case of getting the right ball in my hand.
Yeah.
And first squad qualifying, I used I used a solid IQ, but it didn't really look that good on the second qualifying squad I bowled. And then today, I didn't really try it. I changed a few surfaces, put a bit of polish on a couple of stronger balls, and they looked good in practice. But then when the lights came on, I started with a lock, and first shot it just kind of laboured down lane, and I thought it's not going to work. So then I got the IQ 30 out, and it was looked great. Didn't look back.
You're confident for the title now? You've won it twice before.
Yeah. Oh, of course I am. I'm throwing it good. Got pretty comfortable the first couple of games. It's always a bit, when the scores are quite high. I thought it was going to be, 13-20, 13-30 to make it. It's always been like that the last few years. Cut score's been the same. But I knew I was throwing it good. I had a good idea. I had different options. I knew if one ball didn't work, or I could make the adjustment.
Not really worried about playing anybody now in the match play?
Not really. No,
not even Stephen Gill lefty? Two lefties?
Well, it's high v low now, so Steve's second seed, I think. Second or third at least. So at worst, I'd meet him in the semi-final.
Right.
If we got that far. So.
Yeah.
But it's a 2-game total match. Anything can happen. You get on a bad pair, have a bit of bad carry. and the other bowler has a bit of luck. You know, it's just there's a lot of luck involved. Not a lot of luck, but there is more than I'd like. You know, I'd like it just to be a round robin now, but
Yeah.
that's the way it is.
Yeah, you have it won with a couple of games to go.
But hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully.
But that's
Congratulations on the announcement you're getting married.
Thank you.
You seem a lot happier in yourself now and
Yeah,
playing a lot better.
we've got a lot to plan. Obviously, everyone knows he's been married. It's a lot of stuff to plan, venues, guests and everything. It's a lot to do. Even now, it's going to be May next year, hopefully.
Yeah.
So once we get the venue sorted out, everything hopefully will fall into place. But then we have to get everything else that goes with it. Food, guest list, decorations, everything.
Yeah.
Little flowers that go on his shirt and everything. It's all little things.
You're kind of not bothered about any of it, really. She doing all of it, but you kind of put your little bit of input in. And
she's done a lot, and she's given me ideas, and she doesn't want to do everything herself. She wants to make sure I'm happy with it, which I am.
Yeah. Well, you're just happy to get married, aren't you? Really?
Yeah.
Like we said before, everybody needs somebody.
Yeah.
And it's worked for you. I think since you've got with Cherie, she's been good for you because you're obviously happy in yourself. You're playing a lot more better, really, generally.
Yeah, it's just happy with life and everything, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You were 3-time champion, European champion, and then you had like a lull for a couple of years, really. Did you start to doubt yourself at any time?
A little bit. You think, when's my next title coming? It's and the longer you wait, the more it's a monkey on your back.
Yeah. But you were still cashing in that time. It wasn't like you were losing money or anything such.
I was still kind of winning smaller events and events, not maybe on the EBT, but other events in Europe and in the UK as well. But when it came to EBTs, I was struggling. I kind of, like I said, the longer and longer it went without me winning the title or actually competing for the title, it got harder and harder to try and break that duck.
Yeah.
And it took me like 3 years after that. I can't remember which event I won. I don't know if it's San Marino or one of the ones after that. But last few years I've won. I won the Ballmaster last year. I won 2 events the year before and 2 the year before that. So I've kind of got my groove back, if you know what I'm saying.
And on the PBA tour as well. I mean, you went over a few times and got your ass handed to you on a plate and stuff, and it wasn't because you were a great player. I mean, we pitched, you want to be playing Paul Moore, he's awesome, and you went over the first couple of times and you looked average.
It is a different atmosphere over there, completely different atmosphere. The way that the game's played, the way everything's played, it's a lot more serious over there than it is on EBT.
You're not really suited to the American lifestyle, though, are you? Because you're a little bit more kind of reserved, and you just, you do your thing. You're not brash or anything like that, or flash.
It's just when you go there for the first time, it's a bit of a culture shock. You don't expect it to be that much different.
Yeah.
They speak the same language. You think it won't be that much different. But the language barrier is not the thing, but the culture is quite different.
How accepting of you now are the PBA lot?
Fine, I've got no problem with it.
No problem either way.
No problem. I don't really go out there and make myself known. I just do my own thing. The guys that come over here, the PBA, I know a lot of them, so talk to them. I'm fine with them. If it's they have to come over here to make a living, I have to go over there to make a living. So
yeah.
It's
to be fair, if they come to your house, you usually give them a tanking, don't you? Most of the time. But it's nice to have a PBA title now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the Ballmaster was a big event for me to win.
Well,
the PBA title.
It's a double in one, isn't it? It's a PBA title, but it's the Ballmaster, and not many people winning.
The Ballmaster winning that event is the main thing. It's the biggest event in Europe. It's been going, 40 odd years. It's a massive event.
Have you just got really the Brunswick Euro Challenge to kind of add to the lists of EBTs that you want to win?
That'd be nice, yeah.
Because you've never done really well in that one.
I've never made the last few cuts. I've always, the first few years it was in Greece, I struggled. Then I moved to Paris, I struggled there. Never really contended for the title.
You got to the point where you stopped going, didn't you, to a couple of Ballmasters and not Ballmasters, Euros.
I have bowled every Euro Challenge. I bowled every one, but I won't. I'm not gonna quit going back there. I'll go there, but sometimes you just got to think if it's worth entering more than 2 or 3 times if you've got a really bad luck. Last year I had a couple of instances in the Middle East, in Qatar. I had a really bad luck in there in December in the EBT there. I bowled twice and I thought I'll just cut my losses.
Yeah.
You know, people were saying, oh, why don't you bowl again? Why aren't you bowling again? You're quitting. I said, I'm not.
You know your limitations.
I know my limit, and I'm smarter now. I know that I'm not going to chase something that I just feel that I've got no chance of.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's bad to say that, but you just got to. These events you got to realise sometimes it's not your turn, and then you got kind of the events that are. You just got to make hay when the sun shines.
You're a realist at least. Well, we'll knock this off now, Paul, because I don't know how it's going to come across when they're talking, we're talking. So congratulations. Going to see you in the next round. Let's see the win.
Cheers.
Cheers, boss.
Do my best.